Burkina Faso's military government has once again made global headlines. But this time, it's for detaining 3 prominent journalists. Is this a crackdown on press freedom, or is there more to the story than what mainstream media is telling us? According to a recent Human Rights Watch report published on March 27, 2025, Gezoma Sanogo and Bukari Uoba, the president and vice president of the Association of Journalists of Burkina Faso, along with Luc Pagbelguim from the local TV channel BF1, were arrested on Monday, March 24, and their current location remains unknown. Just days before their arrest, the Journalists Association of Burkina Faso held a press conference condemning the junta's media restrictions and calling for the release of detained reporters. Pagbelguim had covered that very event. The next day, plainclothes officers reportedly detained the 3 journalists and disbanded the association entirely. This isn't happening in isolation. Burkina Faso is part of the alliance of Sahel states, alongside Mali and Niger. These countries, all led by military governments after coups in the last 4 years, have distanced themselves from traditional Western alliances like ECOWAS and have instead sought security support from Russia, particularly through the Wagner Group. Western media claims that under AES rule, press freedoms have eroded and civilian deaths have increased. Earlier in March, activist and journalist Idrissa Barry was arrested. Last year, major media outlets were blocked for reporting alleged human rights abuses. According to Human Rights Watch, dozens of journalists have fled Burkina Faso due to threats of imprisonment, torture, and even forced recruitment into armed conflicts. The US-based non-profit organization, the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, has also weighed in, alleging that Traoré's government is restricting press freedom. But here's the question: is this genuine concern, or just another case of selective outrage? This brings us to the heart of the issue. Is this a targeted attack on free speech, or is the narrative being manipulated? Pro-Western media outlets portray Traoré as an oppressor, but let's analyze what's really happening. Traoré is on a mission, not just to fight terrorism, but to counter misinformation. He isn't against media, he's against propaganda. To him, criticism must be constructive, rooted in integrity, and aligned with national unity, not foreign interests. What's most remarkable about this situation is that people are becoming more aware. They are rejecting neo-colonial and imperialist control. If Western influence was truly beneficial for Africa, why does the continent remain impoverished after decades of external intervention? Kenyans, for instance, didn't need the US or Western powers to recognize their own oppression. African leaders and journalists must now prioritize their nation's interests over foreign-funded narratives that fail to acknowledge the continent's true realities. Journalists should also recognize that the people of Burkina Faso are well aware of the situation. They see Traoré as a strong leader, and no amount of propaganda will shake their loyalty. Many citizens now believe these journalists should be sent to the front line to witness the reality of the country firsthand, while others argue they should face jail time for spreading misinformation. At the end of the day, Ibrahim Traoré remains one of Africa's most beloved leaders. No amount of negative press can change that. But what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on Africa's evolving political landscape. See you in the next video.